Today we're talking about the importance of feedback and why you should invite feedback like you would invite a friend over for dinner. When teams say that they value feedback, what they often mean is that they want to know what they already believe to be true, and they want to be told it politely. That is called reassurance, not feedback. Reassurance feels good in the moment, but it's a terrible growth strategy. So let's talk about what feedback actually is. It's not an evaluation of your self-worth. It's not a referendum on your intelligence, and it's not a verdict handed down by the feedback judge. It is information about the impact that you're having, and that distinction matters because most people don't resist feedback due to arrogance. They resist it because they confuse their impact with identity. When feedback sounds like, this didn't land the way you think, or this created friction, or this wasn't as clear as it felt, your nervous system often hears that you are unsafe. And once that happens, learning shuts down. Amy Edmondson has made this point repeatedly, that psychological safety is not about comfort. It's about the belief that telling the truth will not get you punished. Inviting feedback then is not about being open-minded. It's about lowering the perceived cost of honesty. Many leaders and team members genuinely believe that they're open to feedback. They say things like, anyone can tell me anything. I value honesty. I'm always open to input. And yet, how often are those people actually getting feedback? How often are you giving feedback? It's not because people are fragile. Well, sometimes that's true. It's because those statements are too abstract. An open door without a specific invitation is still risky. So let's not rely on vague openness, and instead, let's make feedback easy to give and hard to avoid. Try saying, what's one thing I'm doing that makes your job harder? Where did I create confusion this week? What's something that you didn't say in the meeting that I should hear now? Those comments or questions are doing some important things. They're narrowing the scope, and they signal that honesty is wanted, not just tolerated. Now, timing matters here as well, because another mistake that teams make is waiting too long. You wait for an annual performance review to unload a bucket full of feedback. You do retrospectives, but not often enough. Postmortems, but are they immediately after the thing? By then, emotions have already calcified. Feedback feels heavier than it needs to be. Early feedback is cheap and effective. Late feedback is expensive. You're stirring up old junk. Don't wait until habits have formed, narratives have hardened, and resentment has accumulated. Make adjustments on the move, in real time. So even on healthy teams, feedback can feel threatening because you may feel like your competence is being questioned, you may feel like you don't belong, or it may be a status issue. So people hedge and they soften and they avoid. And then teams wonder why problems show up late and loud instead of early and quiet. The irony is avoiding feedback does not protect relationships. It's just slowly undermining them. Inviting feedback is an active behavior. It looks like pausing after a meeting and asking what didn't work. It's following up with what would you do differently. And it's thanking someone for honesty before you decide whether you agree. This part's critical. Don't argue with feedback in real time. Listen, clarify, ask questions, and then separate whether you agree or not from whether it's useful or not. Agreement is optional. The data is not. So, when you invite feedback consistently, you change how people experience you. You become safer to work with, easier to collaborate with, and less threatening to disagree with. It's because you're becoming predictable in how you're going to respond to the feedback. People know that you're not going to blow up. And predictability in this regard is a prerequisite for trust. So here's your concrete practice to start trying today. Ask a specific person a specific feedback question. Just one person. Then do one thing that proves you heard it. Make an adjustment, acknowledge the insight, and close the loop. Inviting feedback without visible response trains people not to bother. Above average team members invite feedback and respond to it. It's a big difference. So if you want better results, don't wait to be evaluated. Seek collaboration. Seek feedback. That's how learning stays light and easy instead of painful. Good luck.